I was diagnosed with epilepsy at 11. The doctor said that if I ever wanted to get pregnant, I would need support from a neurologist, as my epilepsy medication was toxic for a baby. At age 11, his words scared the life out of me. My epilepsy was well controlled with medication as I grew up, and it was only when I decided to start a family that I realized the impact it had on my life. My neurologist at the time told me to reduce my dosage and that would be enough. I wasn't convinced this was the right plan, but what can you do? I lost that first pregnancy, but took comfort in the fact that I could get pregnant. An epilepsy nurse specialist took charge of my care. She mapped out a preconception pathway with me. We spent months trying different medications, adjusting the dose and managing side effects. When I finally did get pregnant again, my nurse, who was interested in research, recruited me into a study. I was patient 001 on the Empire study, a randomized controlled trial for pregnant women with epilepsy. There were several reasons why I chose to take part. I was still worried about my miscarriage, and this study enabled me to be more closely monitored with monthly appointments. Over 9 months, I filled out a daily seizure diary, had regular blood tests, and responded to questionnaires. I was interviewed by a qualitative researcher before and after I had my baby. My second pregnancy was different. I had learned a lot about my condition during pregnancy from taking part in research. By then, the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists had released guidelines on managing epilepsy and pregnancy. But we had moved. I was at a smaller hospital without access to a nurse specialist, and they didn't triage for high-risk patients. My first appointment with my local obstetrician did not go well. It had taken me a long time to get an appointment. I was stressed about my medication and potentially having a seizure. He was not aware of the guidelines and laughed when I told him he was not following best practice. It made me really angry, but it also highlighted the differences in care between hospitals actively involved in research and those which are not. I realized I had an opportunity to speak up not just for myself, but also for other women. I gradually found roles that bridged gaps between patients and researchers, from steering committees to funding panels, from audits to curriculums. My journey has expanded into other countries. I now advocate for patients, for women with chronic conditions, but also for children and families. I'm a research co-investigator, and I ensure patient voices are at the heart of research. Today, my work spans beyond epilepsy, advocating and pushing for research that truly understands and addresses patient needs and that of our families. My son is now 11, the same age I was when I was diagnosed with epilepsy. He is part of a research study, and I can't wait to see what happens next.